Once, there was a small town next to a thick, dark forest. People in the town whispered stories about strange sounds and creepy lights deep in the woods. No one dared to go into the forest at night because of the lantern keeper, a ghostly figure who, they said, haunted those trees. Strange things started happening. People would go missing in the forest, leaving only their empty campsites and a single glowing lantern. Friends and family would go looking for them, shouting their names, but the forest seemed to grow darker, swallowing their voices. Those who followed the light or the voice calling to them never returned. Many thought the lantern keeper was once a man who had done something terrible and was cursed to live alone in the forest, taking anyone who came too close. Others said he was not human at all, but a spirit who trapped people as part of his dark game. One night, 4 teenagers decided to test their courage and camp in the woods. They laughed at the stories, setting up their tents and lighting a campfire. As night fell, they tried to stay brave by telling jokes, but then one of them, Tim, noticed a small light moving between the trees. "Someone's out there," Tim whispered, pointing to the light. The others tried to ignore it, saying it was probably nothing, but the light kept getting closer until they could see a figure holding a lantern just outside their campsite. They couldn't see the person's face, but they felt someone watching them. "Are you lost?" A cold, scratchy voice whispered, though it sounded like it was right next to their ears. Julia, one of the teens, quickly began packing her bag, panicking. "Let's go back," she said. But as they turned to leave, another light appeared in the woods, then another and another, until they were surrounded by floating lanterns, each held by a shadowy figure, watching them from all sides. Scared, they tried to run, each one running in a different direction. But no matter where they went, a figure was always waiting. Each of them heard a familiar voice, calling their name, leading them deeper into the woods. One by one, each of the teens followed the light, feeling lost and alone. And one by one, they disappeared into the dark forest, never to be seen again. The next morning, people found the campsite, but the teens were gone. All that was left were 4 lanterns, softly flickering. The townsfolk knew the lantern keeper had claimed more people, and that he would keep taking souls, waiting for the next person to step into his haunted forest. To this day, if you go into those woods at night, you might see a light flickering through the trees, and you might hear a familiar voice calling your name. But if you do, remember, don't follow it, because once you do, there's no way out.